welcome to the Teaching Disney YouTube channel, and welcome back to yet another week of the Dancing with the Stars recap. I am so excited to be here. We are on week 4 of Dancing with the week 5 technically, but this is the 4th week of the recap we are doing. So I'm super excited to be here, and of course I have my special guest, Gina, here with me today to talk all things week 5 of Dancing with the Stars. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Are you ready to talk Dancing with the Stars, the most memorable year and prom night?
Heck yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. All right,
off topic. I had no idea you did that.
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening?
So on Dancing with the Stars this week, we got not 1 but 2 nights of Dancing with the Stars, which was amazing. And we got, I think, like, prom night kind of went with like most memorable year. And we kind of got to see like prom pictures of the stars, what they were like, hear about their prom. A lot of them didn't go to prom, which I was like kind of shocked.
Well, like they're child stars, so yeah, you're not going to go to prom if you're a child actor.
Yeah, that's true. But like Trevor Donovan, he wasn't a child star.
That's true. I don't know. Or like they were like they felt like they were the outcasts of some sort, so they didn't want to go to prom.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We have Sarah here. Hi, Sarah. I don't know if you're still watching. She was here like an hour ago when we were supposed to go live. Oh. But sorry, we got a little bit delayed. But if you're still here, hi. Or if you're watching the recap, hello. So prom night, we got, so first off, we got most memorable year. And then on prom night, not only did we get a prom night dance, but we also got the dance marathon where they had to do 2 different kinds of styles of dance. So what do you think about that?
Honestly, I feel like you have to learn 4 different styles of dance. That's a lot.
Yeah, like, and 2 full-length dances
for week 5. Like, I understand. Like, usually they eventually would get to like 2 dances a night. Yeah. But like, and I know like the 2 marathon ones weren't full dances, but they were like, it's like you still have to learn the style of dance.
I don't think they normally do anything like this. Like normally when they do the second dance, they start off with like you're paired with someone and you're doing like 2 groups are dancing together.
I just feel like 4 is a lot, and you could kind of tell some of the stars were struggling a little bit to remember / you just heard a lot of comments from the judges like, oh, you should like they should practice more or something like that. And it's like, well, when do you expect them to practice after learning 4 dances?
Like they only get specific amount, like they act like the studios just sit empty with no one in them. Like they only have so many rooms because almost everyone uses like the same room.
And I think you can practice a little more like extra, but still, like, you gotta sleep.
Well, I definitely know Jesse and Alan are doing that because they were always, the footage is always them practicing in some shady little basement of the building.
I think that's because they are practicing in Nashville because she lives in Nashville, so I think they're rehearsing in Nashville. So that's why it's different studio.
Oh, okay. But I was like, it looks literally like a janky basement.
Yeah, but still, like, you have to have, like, saying Jesse's exact, like, she has kids. Like, she can't just sit there and practice 24/7. Like,
yeah.
That's 90% of the people can't just sit there and practice all the time. Yeah.
And I felt like, and also when the live show is going on, they're supposed to be there. Like they're supposed to be like watching the other competitors. So like, for example, they told Vinny to go and practice backstage until the dance marathon. I was like, what? But he has to be
He's being required to do something else. Yeah,
like what the heck? Yeah. And then I felt really bad about it for Wayne and Whitney, who ended up going last and had to go straight into the dance marathon. And I think he got out like 3rd or something. And I was like, honestly, I wasn't shocked. I was like, that's not fair to him because he just danced.
Luckily, he didn't need the extra points.
Yeah.
Like, he got lucky in that sense. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, it's not really fair to him. And maybe that's why they put him last, though, because they know he could probably, like, he was fine.
Probably.
But it's still not fair.
I remember I almost called him Carlton. Alfonso being like, "Oh, Wayne's knee. I know he's gotta be feeling that." And I was like, "Yeah, he probably is."
Mm-hmm.
Like, probably, like, you put like, oh, I felt bad. So
yeah. All right.
I don't know.
Who was first?
And then I also didn't understand what the criteria was for getting out for the dance marathon.
I really think they looked, and whoever they thought was doing the worst, they took out.
Yeah.
But in this sense, I guess we'll get to it more like we talk about it, but like it felt like they were more looking for entertainment factor, not dance factor.
Yeah.
Like who was entertaining the best, which is completely different than doing a dance.
Yeah, that's
like technically
completely true.
Yeah.
Which I think honestly, when like I keep using Wayne because he was like so like I was just like, oh really? Like come on.
Because he's one of the best dancers on the show.
Yeah.
Clearly.
But you could tell on his face he was like so relieved that they took him out. Because I think he was so tired at that point.
And he probably at that point didn't remember what he was supposed to do, which is fine. And he's like, just take me out, please. Like,
yeah, because everyone else had like time to like
calm down,
like, go over it, do some different things. They had to go change and come right back out.
Yep.
And they made them run out. I was like, what the heck? All right. Anyway, so we're going to go how tonight is going to work since we had 2 nights. We're going to go based off of most memorable year, which is a Dancing with the Stars staple, which, by the way, just have to preface this, I'm very disappointed by some of these dances. Like, most of the time we get like contemporaries and jazzes. What they were doing with these styles, I have no clue.
Yeah, they were all over.
I think every person had a different style.
That's not true, but yeah. There was at least 2 contemporaries.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was pretty much like really random. Like there were foxtrots, there were tangos, there was cha-chas. I don't even know. I was just like, this is not like, this is just whatever you haven't done, we're going to throw it at you. It kind of seems.
Yep.
So how we're going to do it is we're going to go based off of the order that the stars performed for most memorable year. And we'll talk about both of their nights and their dance marathon. And then we'll give you the final totals at the end of who got eliminated the first night, because we did slightly have a double elimination, but we'll talk about it when we get
double
there.
elimination over 2 days, so technically
over 2 days.
Yeah,
but honestly, I feel like if what happened the first night didn't happen, I don't think they were going to send anyone home, and I think they would have had a double elimination.
I don't know. I think they would have. Oh, you think they would have had double elimination at some point?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I'm waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it. And Carrie Ann told us.
There's still 10 people left.
Carrie Ann told us there's only 11 episodes.
Well, yeah, we're halfway through the season. Like, a little over, like, yeah.
But she said there's only 11 episodes. And I was like, ooh, we've already had, technically, even though this is week 5, we've had 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So that means there's only, like, 5 left.
They said it was, like, halfway through the season, yeah, so it makes sense.
So I'm waiting for another double elimination come up. I'm waiting for it.
Maybe. Usually good towards the end, so maybe it's towards the end.
Yeah. All right. So first up for most memorable year was Trevor and Emma. And his most memorable year was the year that he booked 90210 and they had a jazz. What did you think of this jazz?
I don't remember it. So I feel like that's what tells you about something about it. I really do not remember this dance.
I'm not gonna lie, I put it was a bit ballroomy, and I don't think it was enough jazz. They did stuff. They did a lot in hold. They did a lot with like.
You know what song it was? I don't remember this dance whatsoever.
What was it? No, I don't remember. It was a weird song though.
Okay. I remember her second dance, but I just don't remember his first.
Yeah, I said it was okay. The judges said it was his best dance yet. But honestly, I thought that he did a better job
the second
with the rumba in week 2.
Oh, week 2. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. But he got all 8s on that, which gave him a 32 for the first night. Trevor was a big contender for me. I don't know about for you, but he's starting to fall for me.
I don't know. His second dance was good. Like, his second night dance was pretty good.
Yeah. So second night he had jive. And it was a punk rock jive.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
But I think he did better than I thought he was going to do a jive.
Yeah, me too. His toes, I don't know if you noticed his toes. They were so pointed.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, yes, you go, Trevor. You go.
Yeah.
But he got the same score both nights.
Yeah. Well, seeing the fact that I don't even remember the first night and I remember the second night, I feel like that should say something. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like he should have got, I felt like his jive should have gotten at least 1 9.
Yeah. I just like him. I just think he has a good energy. I just like feel like he's your he's 100% your non-dancer coming to dancer. And see, the only part I remember about his first night dance is that like he started crying when he went up to the top thing, like to talk to Alfonso.
Oh yeah.
And it was very like he wasn't really like it wasn't an emotional dance at all. So it was just
I think it's because of the comments the judges gave him, because they didn't really give him very good comments on his jazz. I remember that. They were like giving him a lot of like, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like that was a lot with the judges this week, where they loved one of the dances that they did and they hated the other one.
Yeah. For most people. Some of them,
like it was very clear that one dance was the dance that they decided, okay, we're gonna really go for it on this.
You could tell. You 1,000%.
We're just gonna throw caution to the wind.
Yeah, you could.
Which it seemed like a lot of people put a lot more into their second dance than their most memorable year, which really made me upset.
I felt that. Yeah.
Because I love most memorable year. That's like my favorite part. That's my favorite week, aside from Disney week. But yeah.
They weren't as emotional this year as they usually are. There were some, but like none of them really, besides the last one, because that clearly made everybody cry.
Yeah.
Like nobody really like tugged my heartstrings at all.
Yeah. I mean, like I was like, oh, like that's really cool, like, or that's really sad.
But it
was like I didn't feel it. You know?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Like some of them were crying, and I was like, "Oh, we're there. You're there, but I'm not there."
Yeah, like I understand. Like you feel your feelings. Like I get that. It's emotional for you, but you did not portray that in your dance whatsoever.
No. And then for the dance marathon, they actually stayed in.
They did good.
Long.
I know. I was surprised because he was one that wasn't just doing a bunch of tricks. Like he was doing tricks, but he was also dancing.
And they were doing different tricks. They weren't just doing the same trick.
But his energy was really high. I don't remember. Like, I feel like his technique was fine. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. But, like, I don't know. I feel like he deserved to stay that long. Like, he was one of them. I was very happy that he stayed as long as he did in the dance marathon.
Yeah, I did. I was too. So, he got 4th in the dance marathon, which made him get 8 points. So, he was just Mr. 8 this week.
Oh, yeah.
All 8s. Everything 8.
I think he should have gotten a 9, but yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. So his total was a 72 out of a possible 91.
Because of all of them what he could have gotten. Got it.
Yeah. Like his top score could have been a 91.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. So he didn't actually do too bad. Like, no one really did too bad except for one person. Actually, technically 2 people, but we'll get to that. All right. Next up was Shangela and Gleb. And Shangela's most memorable year was when the year that she broke her leg. Did you know this? That she shattered her leg? That's
her signature move too, that death drop thing. That's her signature move. I had no idea.
Well, I didn't hear how she broke her leg. I'm assuming it's from the death drop.
It was. She said it was from that the thing that she does all the time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I had no idea. And she said it kind of affects her dancing, which I can kind of see now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. She was like, when they're talking about straightening the leg, I can literally feel the rod like pulling or something.
Which I can't, like, it sounds like, like I don't
yeah.
But yeah. And I feel she did a Beanie's waltz or something, or maybe I'm not wrong.
She did a foxtrot.
Yeah, I feel like it was one of her better dances, in my opinion, the foxtrot.
Yeah, like it was very pretty and it was super technical. Like Gleb really put the technique and the moves in there.
Yeah, like I felt like because it wasn't such a high beat dance, which I feel like when she has all those high, like fast dances, she gets like a little out of control. Like she would finally see her as it like just be like soft and pretty, and I think it was good.
Yeah, I really liked it. She was crying at the end also because I think it was the first dance that her mom was there for.
Also, yeah, I remember that one. Like this one, like touched like her strings a little bit because she was like, my mom was the one who nursed me, all like, and all that. And I was like, oh, that's cute. And she was there and all that stuff.
Yeah. And then her second dance was a cha-cha.
All right, first of all, her look in this dance was like, it was like, you do you. I was like, yes, girl,
yes.
Work it. Like, it's like, but again, like I always just feel when she does these fast dances, she's just a little bit like, maybe it's her arms. I just feel like she's like, wow, like throwing them. And
yeah.
But I think it was a good dance. I just feel like it could just be a little more controlled. But
so I said that their timing was off. Like it was bad at some points. Like it was real bad where you could tell that she was either really ahead or really behind of Gleb.
And I feel like part of that is like the control thing because she just gets so ahead of herself or like, and then she tries to make up for it and then it ends up not working either. But like, I just think she looked fantastic. I feel like a lot of why she got a higher score is because how she looked. Like she looked fierce. And she like played it 100%. Like it was
100%. Yeah. So for her foxtrot, which I was actually a little upset because I thought her foxtrot was better than her cha-cha.
Me too.
Her foxtrot only got all 8s for a 32 out of 40. And then her cha-cha got 3 9s and 1 8 for a 35 out of 40. So
I feel like
better on cha-cha.
I feel like part of the reason she did is just because of like her fierceness of that dance. Like she attacked it, but I feel like there was too many mistakes for that score.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, when I saw the timing that was off, I was like, there's no way she's getting 9s. Like, no way. And then she got 9s.
Were these her first 9s?
Yes, these were her first 9s.
Well, she's gonna get them eventually, so.
Yeah. And then
at least she got
stayed in second longest in the dance marathon.
She was one that she just gave so much energy in that. Like I don't even.
But honestly, I think when she started to go off of the Lindy Hop, that's when Len was like, "All right, no, you're done." Like, because I think she easily could have won it over Jessie, but then she started doing like the thing with her head where she goes like down, and he was like, he instantly pulled it out and was like, "Nope, you're done."
Yeah, she was one that, in my opinion, like technically should not have got second, but like energy wise got second because she gave the energy she gave.
And I think it played into their favor that they were on the outside. They weren't on the inside next to the judges. Because it seemed like a lot of people that were in that front like row.
They're staring at them.
Yeah, they all got out like instantly.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like she didn't deserve to go. I think she should have gone like the middle, like gone out in the middle.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think the dance marathon was really weird the way it played out.
I didn't love the dance marathon in general, either.
Yeah, because none of the top 3 made it even like close to the end. They all got out.
I like the ones when they used to. I think you were talking about it earlier. They used to do like the 1-on-1.
Yeah.
To those ones because you can actually, and it was like the same song, same style of dance, and they would just like go against each other. I don't know. I feel like I liked that because you could actually see them. Even as viewers, I could not tell who was doing what.
No,
The people that I noticed were the high energy people. So, like, was Shangela.
Or, like, who they were shining the camera on. But honestly, like, there were so many people on that dance floor. I was like, they were like, oh, you get to see them all dance side by side. I was like, no, you don't. Like.
Yeah, I didn't love it.
Yeah. So that was whatever. But so Shangela got a 77 out of 81.
91
for the week.
Which like compared to Trevor, she was better than Trevor.
Yeah.
So like it's comparison so far, like that makes sense.
Yeah, I was trying to find. I did. So she ended up getting fifth place.
Yeah, I feel like that was right. Like I feel like that's like that's like middle of the pack, but like top middle of the pack.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's exactly top middle. Yeah. Up next was Jessie and Alan. And her most memorable year was the year she became a mom.
Makes sense.
And they had a tango.
I didn't love the dance at all.
No. It was to the song, it was like to her own song about blue jeans or something. Remember that one?
I don't want to be mean, but like song was a little too cringy for me.
Oh, yeah.
I
didn't even know. I was like, this is her song. This doesn't sound country like at all.
I don't know how old the song is, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Like, it feels more of like a, like when we were in middle school type song. Like, what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just not the tango was compared to last week.
Tango to it, I put interesting choice of style.
Yeah, that's probably wasn't their choice, but yeah. But I also feel like compared to last week, you had such a hype for that. What was that? The Hocus Pocus 2 dance, yeah. And then to this week, I'm like, I was like, come on, like this was your week to like, get better, and it was just.
I agree. I definitely thought that it was a lot worse than her dance last week.
But it also could have been the whole they had to learn 4 dances.
Yeah, it could have been that. I did like her split to passe though. That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yes, girl, like you do that. You save that dance. And honestly, I think her scores would have been lower had she not done that.
Probably. Well, yeah, she's not a bad dancer. It's just like I feel like she's inconsistent.
I feel like that too. She's a lot like Vinny, where they're like up and then they're down and then they're up and then they're down.
Yeah, and like it's a little bit like at this point you gotta be like up. You gotta keep going.
Yeah. You gotta bring it, and if you're not gonna bring it, then you might as well just go home because you're just wasting everyone else's time, in my opinion. But then the next night she had the Viennese waltz.
Yeah.
How did we feel about this?
So I feel like the judges felt bad for her and gave her a higher score than she actually should have gotten. Personally,
okay, I agree too, because her tango I felt was definitely better, but in her tango she got 3 7s and an 8, which was a 29 out of 40, and then in her Viennese waltz she got all 8s.
Yeah, I just feel like they felt bad a little bit, maybe for lowballing her at some point throughout this competition. Even though I don't even think they've been lowballing her. I feel like she has been like she's getting the scores that she kind of deserves.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people online keep like fans of hers like they're lowballing her left and right. Well, I'm like, no, they're not. Like if you
I don't think so. What do you want her to do? Be up there with Charlie D'Amelio? Like no.
Yeah. Like I don't know. Like I do think the tango wasn't even that good, but it was still better.
Yes. Her frame was good, but the dance as a whole was not great, and there was like a lot of mistakes. Like you could tell there were so many mistakes. And she like tripped over Alan at one point, and I was like, girl, you need
and
to
I
just give it
just
up.
feel like her, what was I gonna say? I don't know. She's not the greatest dancer. And
No,
so I
I
think
was actually shocked that she has not been in the bottom two. She hasn't been in the bottom two. Oh, she was in the bottom two.
no, she wasn't. She was never in the bottom two.
Yeah, she was for the gold person.
Bond night?
Bond week. She was in the bottom two and they saved her.
I didn't think she was in the bottom two.
I'm pretty sure.
No, that was oh my god.
Oh no, she hasn't been. She's been like very close to the bottom two.
Oh wait, you mean the bottom two when they eliminate someone, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah. Well, we have no idea because it's all on fan score. I do feel like for some reason she has fans like that before.
Yeah, definitely, her fans definitely this week showed up for her because technically she, like, before the dance marathon, she would have been, sorry, someone's being obnoxious outside with their car. But technically with the dance marathon, before the dance marathon, she was at the very bottom of the leaderboard.
The dance marathon saved her little butt.
Oh, yes, 100%. And probably her fan votes, to be honest, but she ended up winning the dance marathon.
And it was only because I feel like she did impressive tricks because she's probably the smallest little girl that Ellen threw around.
And also, they kept also doing the same, like, few tricks. Because when they went to go do, right before they won, I was like, oh, they're doing the same thing again. He's going to get them out. But then I don't know what his logic was on that.
Also, that lift, did you not feel like he was going to drop her every single time?
Yes. The one time
going over.
He did drop her.
I know. So she was going over, like over her shoulders. Yeah, I was like.
I've done that lift before, and it's very easy to just
And go. You could just, like, you could tell if she moved, like, even a half an inch, she was going.
Oh, she would have gone.
Yeah. Anyway, do I think she deserved to win the dance marathon? No. I do think, though, she shouldn't have gone up first. I think, like, the middle tier would have been fine for her.
Yeah. But I also think that they got people out, like, and some specific couples, they got people out way too early. Like, before you could even, like, see anything.
Like, yeah, they didn't give them even a chance to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the whole dance marathon went by so fast. Like, you couldn't even give them a chance to, in general. Like, every should have at least been dancing for 30 seconds before you took someone out.
Yeah.
They only
gave them, like, I think by the time they switched to Lindy Hop, there was only, like, 5 people left.
Yeah.
5 couples left.
I don't know.
So.
Weird to me.
Yeah. So her overall score ended up being a 72. So she actually ended up in 4th to the bottom place.
Yeah, and only because of that dance.
She ended up in 7th place.
Only because of the dance marathon.
Yeah. Otherwise, if she did not get that dance marathon, she would have been at the bottom.
Yeah. That saved her. 100% saved her this week.
100%. And do I think so? Like, she ended up scoring above Joseph, above Jordan, above Daniel, and above Vinny.
Yeah, like, I feel like none of that really makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I feel too.
For the actual dances, that does not make sense.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see. I mean, Tuesday night didn't have football, so she might have also had extra people voting for her on Tuesday.
That's true. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Maybe I have no idea what kind of fan base she has. I guess we'll see next week.
Yeah. Next up was Gabby and Val. And Gabby's most memorable year was nursing during COVID. So it was 2020, and they did a foxtrot.
Yeah, like, her foxtrot was good, but it wasn't great. Like, it was a solid foxtrot, but it was missing something. I feel like for every time I see her dance, I feel like she's just missing something.
Me too. I feel that way too. This dance reminded me a lot of I think it was one of her first dances where she wore yellow.
The second week, yeah.
Yeah, and it reminded me a lot of that. Like, it looked almost identical to me. Like they did a lot of turns where she could show off her pretty dress, and she did a lot of leg action.
I thought it was a good dance. It just like, what did she get? Like, what's her score?
She got all 9s for this. So
and to me, like,
she was at the top of the leaderboard at the time.
To me, I was happy that she didn't get 10s because I felt like it was good, but it wasn't great.
Yes,
and so
I agree.
That score, I was like, finally a score I agree with. Like, I agree with that score.
So then the next night, she did the tango, and she got the very first perfect score of the season.
So, in my head, it deserved a perfect score, but if you're going to, like, we haven't gotten to this dance yet, but if you're going to give her a perfect score, there's somebody else who also needed to give a perfect score too.
Yes, I agree.
Like, does she deserve the perfect? Yeah, it was a great dance. It was a really good dance, and her legs looked beautiful. Like, her long legs are just gorgeous by all means. So, like, it was like it deserved a 40, but you also should have given somebody else a 40.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. So she made it to 6th place in the 6 minus 11, 5th place in the dance marathon.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I always forget that they're there. They are like a very forgettable.
You said this last week too.
Yes, but it's so true. Like every time they go, like every time it gets down to the wire, I'm like, who is left to go? And then they're like, oh, Gabby and Val. And I'm like, oh, yeah, forgot about them.
Yeah, I feel like I don't, like, when I was watching the dance marathon, my eyes didn't go to them. So maybe that was the whole thing about the dance marathon, was like who your eyes go to and stuff like that. My eyes never really went to them. Not that you could see the whole thing, the whole people dancing.
I don't even think they showed them dancing at all.
Yeah. And like
they
what was
went
the
to
first
go show them, and they were like, oh, they're out, and then they moved the camera.
What was the first style of dance for the dance marathon?
The hustle.
It's a weird dance to choose. But like,
I believe it was the hustle. Hold on, let me scroll down to the bottom of my notes here. Yes, it was the hustle, and they did that one first, and then they went into Lindy Hop.
And I feel like neither of those are really her style of dance that she's really, really good at.
Yeah, I would agree. She's very good at anything where she can have really long lines, really long legs, and that is typically in hold and slower. She has a very good frame. I will give it to her. If her dance is in hold, she's got it. Which
I think both of her dances this week were in hold, right?
Yes, because she did the foxtrot and the tango.
Yeah, so I feel like, and then like these two other dances are not really in my head like what her best dances, like her best style. Like she's not like, she has had upbeat dances before, but I always think the other ones are better, like the slower.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Kind of probably makes sense.
Yeah.
Technically, it probably doesn't, because technically she probably had better. She probably was better, but
I'm not gonna lie. I really was looking forward to seeing her do a contemporary.
I think we'll get it eventually.
But I'm not sure how good she's gonna be at it.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm curious about that.
Yeah. Because she's like classically trained and she's a ballet dancer, so
that'd be really pretty.
Yeah. So her total ended up being an 82, so she tied for 3rd/2nd place.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Fine. They're finally not all tied at the top.
Yeah, no, we finally got a 2-way tie for second and third, but we finally have like a top, a 4th, a 5th. No one else is tied. It's just 2nd and 3rd that was tied this week. Whereas last week, everyone and their mother was tied. So next up is one that I am so excited to talk about. It's Joseph and Daniela. And he did this year. I'm not really too sure why.
He said it was the first year that he like came to realize that he didn't want to be under his dad's shadow, or he wanted to be himself. Like he wanted to do things his own way.
Yes. So, which I was like, okay, interesting, but okay. So they did a rumba.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good rumba. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good rumba. I put that. I think he still needs a little bit more of emotion. He kind of was just like smiling and happy, and he didn't like have like any sort of like emotion on his face, which I was like a little annoyed about. I was like, come on, dude, like you're an actor, emote, like come on, like put some emotion into it. But he was still good. I felt like he just was missing that like last little piece to get him to the like into the top.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm playing with Nelson, but no, I agree with you. He put like the judges, or one of the judges said, best rumba they might have ever seen by a male.
Oh yeah,
which I agree with.
He does anything he does is just amazing. Like he really like goes for it. Like and Daniela doesn't like just dance around him.
And I love that because maybe Daniela is just that good of a partner because like this is how on won 2 last year or whatever last season. But it's just I love that he. What was I? Yeah, I just love that like he like really gives it his all. Like it's like the whole point. Like he's not afraid to do things that like he maybe would feel stupid about doing before. Like I love that about him.
Yeah. And then I don't know if you saw, but in the prom night episode, he was carrying Sasha in the background.
That was funny. Yeah,
I wrote a little note about it because I died laughing. Like that was like the funniest thing to me for whatever reason. So his second dance, his prom night dance, was the cha-cha.
His rumba was definitely better than but I still think it was good enough. Like it was good.
Yeah, I didn't know he was pigeon-toed until Daniela said something in the package.
Which, I didn't know that either, and that can definitely be an issue with these dances.
Yeah, but I was just like, I felt like the judges like really critiqued that a lot more, and I felt like
after she said something about it.
Yeah, after she said something. So I feel like if they had never put that in the package, the judges would have never been looking at it.
You're probably right.
So, I did think his rumba was a lot better. But I did think he got more into the cha-cha in it. Like I thought he was really like playing the part.
He's fun to watch. I really feel like that's just because he's like, he's the non-dancer that's doing this, and he's having fun doing it. Like he's just like a lot of fun to watch. It like definitely it definitely shows that he's having so much fun.
Yeah.
And I love that. He keeps popping up on my TikTok.
What?
He keeps popping up on my TikTok, and he posts nonstop about Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, I love that.
I know, me too. It just makes me love him even more.
Yeah. So for his first dance for the rumba, he got 2 9s and 2 8s for 34. And then he did get a little bit of a lower score for the cha-cha. He got all 8s for the cha-cha, which was a 32 out of 40. But then we got to the dance marathon. They were the 4th couple to get out.
Yeah. Which is probably, I don't know. Honestly, the dance marathon, I remember the people that were out, like who won and got second and third, because like once everybody else was gone, you could actually see them.
Yeah.
But
I'm surprised they didn't do any lifts. They didn't do anything.
Because they got told last week to not do any lifts.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I felt like he was like, they were actually doing like the hustle moves. Whereas everyone else, I was like, I don't really think that that's the hustle really. Like I wouldn't consider that the hustle.
That's why I feel like the whole dance marathon wasn't rigged, but I'm more like it was all about how much energy you had and how much energy, like your showmanship, not your technical dance skill.
Yeah. And they were right in front of Len too, which was a bad spot.
Yeah. Did they get to choose their spot? I don't remember.
I don't think so. They just kind of came out on the floor and jumped into the spot they were told to go.
Got it.
So he ended up with a total of 70 out of a possible 90, which is not a bad place to be, but it did put him in the bottom 3.
Yeah.
Scores wise.
Which he should have been above.
I think he should have been above
Jesse.
Jesse. I think, honestly, he also should have been above Trevor.
Yeah, comparing, like, that Rumble was just so freaking good that I feel like he was, like, I don't know. I feel like I agree with you. Was he above Daniel?
He was above Daniel. So the only 2 people below him were Daniel and Vinny.
Okay. I agree. Honestly, I kind of agree with that.
And he was right under Jordan.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I
think I would just move him above Jesse and Trevor.
Yeah. I agree with that. I feel like we'll get to Jordan eventually, but I feel like she is also an inconsistent person as well.
Yes.
So, like.
But I also think she's being underscored, like, constantly.
Yeah. But then I also, at the same time, I agree at some parts.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll get to her. We'll get to her. Anyway, so they ended up with a 70 out of a possible 90. And then we had Daniel and Britt. His most memorable year was when they started shooting Coda, which was won the Oscar this past year. I didn't know it took them 3 years to shoot that movie.
I honestly never even heard of it until he started dancing.
Oh, I heard of it because of the Oscars, but
I don't.
It's a completely silent film, so like not a lot of people like it because there's like no talking in it.
It's all deaf actors and actresses, right?
Yeah, so it's all ASL,
which makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So they did a contemporary, and I honestly loved it. This was the first one that I was like, yes. Yes.
And I think it was his best dance so far, personally.
I think so too.
There was a little bit of Brit dancing around him.
That's what I was gonna say. I do think like he did not, because he was signing. I don't think he was able to do as much as I really wanted him to do for it.
And I feel like he could have done more. Like,
yeah.
I feel like he's
You had the interpreter signing, which I loved. I was like, oh my God, he's dancing. Like,
I know. I was kind of hoping he actually would dance. I thought that would be cool.
Yeah.
But no, I think I loved this dance. Like, it was a solid contemporary. It wasn't that technical. Like for him, it was like he didn't do that many technical things, but like I feel like it was pretty. It was like his arms were not like when like he did the reaches and like the arms and stuff like that. So I thought it was a good dance. What time? What score did he get?
He got 2 8s and 2 9s, which was his first 9s of the season. So he got 34.
Would even seen 4 9s. Like I feel like he could have gotten 4 9s as well.
I felt like that too. I felt like he kind of like that they were a little bit.
I think probably only because he just wasn't that technical. That's probably why they didn't do that. But
yeah,
I think for what he can like physically dance, like how he can dance, like I feel like that it was good.
Yeah, and then the second night they had the cha-cha,
which was not very good.
No, it was really bad. I'm not gonna lie. So I wrote in this one, it was definitely a lot of Brit dancing and not him dancing.
No, I agree. There's another one she was and I can understand like he's deaf. He can't. Not that he can't. It's harder for him to do things. Yes. But I feel like when we've had a deaf actor on the show before, this was not the case.
Yeah.
So maybe like I don't know if it's Brit's choreography that's not necessarily working for him, or if he's just maybe just doesn't have the dance ability to do it. Like that could also be a thing too.
Yeah, but, and then it could also be like different levels of deafness.
I don't even know if I think it's probably his dance ability. I think it's really.
I honestly think so too, and probably his ability to memorize the dance.
That might be it too.
Yeah.
But it was compared
But
to
he did in his cha-cha, he did give us the most hip action I have ever seen from a male celebrity. I think on the show and like I think ever on Dancing with the Stars. He like when they had to do a hip, he was like hip, like he was there with it. And I was like, you go, Daniel, you go with those hips.
Yeah, it was cute. But compared to contemporary, it was just not very good.
Yeah. But he got all 3 8s on that one. And then the dance marathon.
Did he get out first or second?
He got out first.
Yeah.
He got out within 2 seconds.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they didn't even give anybody, like, if you, like, didn't give them a chance. Like, the first 3 people that got out within 20 seconds. Like, how
I don't even think they were dancing yet because I don't think he could hear the music yet.
And how do you judge a dance based off of 20 seconds? Or even not even 10 seconds. Like, how do you judge a dance like that?
Yeah. I don't understand that. So like when they were like, you're out, you could tell he was shocked on his face.
Didn't even get to change. They get a chance to dance.
Yeah. So their total score for the night ended up being a 67, which put them in the bottom 2 score-wise. They were second from the bottom.
Which, like, I think Jessie still should have been below them.
I think so too.
But other than that, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Like, well, if it was just based on his first dance, he should have been in the middle of the pack. But based on the whole aspect of it, yeah, I feel like it's the right spot. Except for Jessie. Jessie literally just got saved by that dance. That dang.
Oh yeah, 100%. Then moving on, we had Jordan and Brandon. And she danced. Her most memorable year was the year she met her husband, and they did a salsa.
Yeah, it was. I just always had so much hope for her. Like, I'm like I don't know. There's just always the turns. I feel like reversed to back before last week. Like, it was still, at least some of them, from what I remember, were like. Her legs were far apart, so it just looks weird. Like it.
Yeah, I thought she was also really heavy on her feet. Like she looked like Joseph almost.
Yeah.
Like when he first did like some of the faster dances where we were like, "Ooh, he's really heavy on his feet." Like she looked like that in this dance.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't love it. It was not.
It was not cute.
I'm just like thinking compared to last week, it was definitely a breakout dance for her, and then this week it's like, come on.
You could have done so well.
It's like the same thing. It's like she's just a little inconsistent.
Yeah. So she got 3 8s, and she did get her first 9. And we did have some judge craziness going on. Bruno fell out of his chair.
Yeah.
Carrie Ann did something weird or something.
Was this the time? All right. One of these people. Oh, no. One of the dances, Tyra, just annoyed the living crap out of me for one.
Oh, yeah. She was talking about, divorce and something with Bruno. Was like, we're going to get married, but then we'll divorce. Or
and, it was just like, oh, my God. You got to, just be quiet, please. There was, I'm usually not, anti-Tyra. I don't love her judge or her hosting, but I'm not going to be, I'm not, that negative about it. Because, I can't change it. You can't change it. You have to enjoy it, right? I like watching the show, so I'm going to enjoy it. But this was the first time this season I was like, oh my God, please be quiet. Yeah.
Me too. She just had so much to say about every dance, and I was just like, shut up.
And it just kept, I don't know if she had to, because timing wise, they were talk more. And she just, especially this round with Jordan, it was just she was talking to Bruno about something and just kept making comments on it. About it. And everyone was not responding to her.
No, no one liked it. No one liked it. And then Bruno fell off his chair and like off the little pedestal thing. And I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah, and maybe that wasn't even Tyra's fault in that sense, but like it was just so chaotic that I was like, oh my God, please tell them to go upstairs to Alfonso. Like, I'm over it. Like,
yeah. And then her second night, she did a contemporary to her own song.
Tell me how was to breathe with no air.
Which I was waiting for. I've been waiting for that song this
I love that song. I love that song. It's such a bop.
Yeah. So this is the second time she sung on screen.
Oh yeah, because she did last week too.
Yeah. And they started on some pedestal thing and then made their way off the pedestal onto the floor. I honestly was like with it. I was like, okay, this is good. This is good. I really thought they were going to fall off the pedestal. She had really pointed feet. But then when they started to make their way down the stairs and Brandon did his like nice little jump and then she just like down the stairs and then met him and then they kind of went down together and then he tried to do this like little lift thing with her. Honestly, I don't know if Brandon's just not strong enough, but it doesn't seem like he can lift her.
Yeah, I don't know. She's tall. Like, she's a tall woman.
Yeah.
Taller than a lot of the other competitors. So maybe that's an issue. Because it can be, like, I think she's, like, 5'8", maybe. I don't know. Or at least she, like, the way how, like, tall she is, it just seemed, and compared to, like, Brandon,
yeah,
definitely taller. So that could, like, it could be an issue with that.
Yeah, it could be. But I don't know. After they made their way off the pedestal thing and down to the actual floor for the rest of their dance, they lost me. It just felt like two separate dances. Yeah. Like it kind of felt like you should either dance fully on the pedestal or fully off the pedestal because it just did not work.
Like, I can understand they don't want to be on that the whole time because you can't really move all that much.
Well, yeah.
But I don't know.
But then just do it on the stage, like on the top level of the stage. Yeah,
there was
don't add an extra, an extra little thing. Like I don't know. It felt very disconnected. And like, but the judges loved it.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was pretty good. Like for some reason, contemporary seemed to be an easier style for some people.
Yeah.
And well, that is easier for some people. Like that's not even like that's a yeah. So like they can like emote more and they like
yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I do feel like it was still missing something, and it wasn't as good as last week's dance.
Yeah, I didn't think it was as good, but she got better scores. She did get better scores.
Maybe she was
3
better.
9s and an 8.
I always feel like contemporaries always score higher, just to be in general. Yeah. Like they always.
I feel like there's not as much of a criteria when scoring them. Like on all the other dances, they're like point off because you did a lift, point off because you didn't have enough.
And like it's all about. It's not like a certain. You have to do certain steps to be a contemporary dance. Like in the cha-cha, they're looking for specific things, and like contemporary, they're just looking for like a pretty dance almost. You know, like so. It's a little easier in that sense.
Yeah.
Same thing with jazz. Jazz is the same sort of way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was.
Although they tried to say, I don't know if you noticed. I think it was in Charlie's dance last week, the Simpsons one, where Mark was trying to explain to her ballroom. I guess it's like a ballroom jazz thing where it's not considered jazz if you don't have side by side dancing.
Well, no, I think he was trying to say it's not ballroom. Like, it's like, you know how, like.
But he said that you have to have a section of side-by-side dancing. Which I was like,
that. Though. Because
I mean, that's jazz. But I was like, that's weird that you have to be doing, like, the same thing and, like.
I don't know. I feel like he was probably a little too, like, you have
I think he was. I think he was, like, but they definitely did like a very specific style, like they did Broadway jazz or whatever. And so I was like, okay, but like I don't know. And then I think Whitney said it too. And I was like, oh, is that like a ballroom thing? Because I have danced jazz my entire life and that has never been a thing.
Maybe they are told by them. Like maybe like they have some type of rule or something. I don't know.
Maybe. I think that's probably how they're distinguishing it from contemporary.
Probably.
Anyway,
I thought Jordan's was all right. Like it was good. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
I think I really hyped her song, her doing that song up in my head, and then I was really upset. I was really kind of disappointed when I saw it.
I just love that song.
I love that song so much, and I jam out to it, and I was like, I could have put more emotion into that dance.
I know. I literally, me just singing it on top of my lungs would show more emotion.
Oh, yeah. And then she had the dance marathon.
Yeah. She got out in like the middle. I don't remember.
No, she got out third.
Yeah. To me, it probably makes sense.
It was like, I think it was Daniel. Who got out second? Did we get to who got out second?
Vinny, I think.
Yeah. It was like Daniel, Vinny, her, and Joseph, all like within like a second of each other.
Yeah. Again, he didn't give him enough time to actually do it, but she probably was going to be at time anyway. Even if they did give her a chance, she probably was going to get out there.
Yeah, probably. All right. Anyway, are you ready for the next one? So she ended up getting a 71, which put her in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th place for the night.
Yeah.
So she's like in the bottom half.
Which, like, compared to the rest of the dances this week, kind of makes sense. Like, everyone...
this was not her best dance. Like, these were not her best dances, and she definitely went down from last week, which I was, like, really upset about, because I was like, oh, maybe she's finally going to be a contender, and she's finally going to be doing it, and then we got this week, and I was very disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I agree.
Next up was Charlie and Mark. And she did the year that she joined therapy, and they did a contemporary that was about
anxiety.
So
first off, like, I do think it's really good as someone who a lot of young people I don't want to say idolize, but they do. They are like people to like talk about important things.
Yeah.
And like make it feel like it's okay, which it is okay. So it's like, I'm happy that happens. And I also think it was a great dance. It was like,
I think Mark loves paint.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's what I got. That's what I've gotten from this whole thing is that he loves.
So he's very
paint.
He's artistic. Like he's just like, I think he's one of the best pros that Dancing with the Stars has ever had, personally. Like, just create, like, his mind is like insane. Yeah. And like he pushes whoever his partner is to like be out of their comfort zone and wear a 3-foot tall wig that they were like, before they'd be like, nah, I can't do that. And he's just like, yes, you're doing it. Like, although I don't think the paint this time worked as well. I wish it should have been darker. Like, something should have happened. It was a little underwhelming.
I feel like he put his hands in the paint too soon, and so a lot of it dried because you could see the marks on her wrists and stuff. Yeah. But then like he was like, oh, we're gonna make her dress like get streaks of it. Yeah. So I expected him to like really like get in there.
And you could tell that it was dirty, but it didn't look like it was paint on it. I agree. I think it could have been.
I really honestly don't even think it looked dirty. It still looked pristine white when they were in their interview.
You could, like, if you actually looked at it, you could tell there was something, but it wasn't that noticeable. You're right.
No.
I love the dance though. It was like technically it was a beautiful, like it was a real, like if you're going to go to look up a contemporary dance, just in general, this is what you knock down my drink. This is what you would look like.
Yes.
On the internet. Yes.
Yes.
And like,
I thought it was the best dance of the season.
Oh yeah, easily. And I think what it meant, like Mark, like let her shine too. Like he just like stayed in the background. He was very kind of creepy at some points, which he was supposed to be. Like he was supposed to do. But like he like definitely let her, that one move, my God, where she was on the ground.
Oh yes, like, and the lift, and then she went down. I was like,
oh my God. Oh my God. Like it literally, and you could see in the background, all the judges were like, it's the same thing too. They were like, oh my God. I don't know. I just thought it was so good, and I'm so mad it did not get a perfect score.
I'm mad too. She did get the first 10s of the season,
which so was definitely deserved. But I'm like, freaking.
She got 3 10s, which was a 39 out of 40. Len held back the 10.
I feel like Len was like, I'm not ready to get like one more night, and then I'll give it 10. Like he was like, one more day. Like
yeah, like I just need a little bit more from you. But
like, what else do you like in my head? Like, what else do you want? Like, what do you want that would make it more?
Well, I kind of agreed. Although I think it is the best dance of the season, I think it still feels like she is holding back. So, and I felt like that dance, yes, it was so good. Yes, she did a lot of faces, but it still does not feel like she's really like going for it.
Yeah. But also, I don't know. I'm like back and forth on that solely because it's like she is clearly giving emotion with her face, right? Like, yeah. And like this one, she was supposed to be a little more restricted because of like that was the role she was playing. So I feel like in that sense, it kind of worked. I know what you mean though, but like
I don't know. I still don't see it in like, I see it in the face, I see it in the body, but I don't see it. If that makes any sense. Like I don't see it in her eyes. Like when you look into her, like when they do those close-ups, it like you can still tell like in her eyes that she's not there. Like I think it's still like Smiley, I'm performing. Like
I think at some point in this dance though, you could tell. Like not the whole thing maybe, but like there was definitely some points in this dance where like when
it went on, it got better and better and better.
I agree. Yeah.
But like I still felt like, and it was the same thing that Carrie Ann said the second night to her. There is just something that's missing. And I don't know what it is. I can't tell you what it is.
I know what I felt like in the second day. I felt like the second day it was like she was almost being too perfect, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So she had a jive the second day, and I put it was very robotic. It did look very robotic. And I think
I was confused by, I always thought with jive when you kick, your knees gotta go high. She was very just like in one spot.
She wasn't really doing kicks. It more looks like she was just doing like points.
Yeah, but like I'm sure that if there was an issue with that, someone would have said that.
Yeah.
But just like I guess like you don't have to do that in dive. Maybe that's like more advanced.
Well, I think there's one. So like there's a difference between the kicks and the flicks. One, your knees have to go high, and the other they don't. And I think they did the one where you don't.
Okay.
And they didn't really do any kicks.
All right, that makes more sense then. Yeah, I just feel like but with whatever they were doing, I felt like a little more energy was needed.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, but like on the bottom, like the top was really like the top half was perfect. Like the top half, it was just like I felt like her kicks could have had a little, or whatever they were, could have had a little more like energy coming through the whole leg.
Yeah, I am happy though. There was not a single TikTok move in any of these dances, so I was so happy about that. I was like, finally, thank goodness.
Yeah. Anyway, but from the first dance though, if Gabby got a perfect score, then Charlie should have gotten a perfect score. Like that.
I agree with that. If you were gonna give Gabby's dance a perfect score the second night, I think that her dance the first night should have gotten a perfect score. And I was actually shocked because I think this is the first time with her not getting a perfect score and she hasn't gotten a perfect score yet. And then with her getting an even lower score the second night. So the first night she got 39. The second night she got 2 9s and 2 10s. Yeah. So she got a 38. This was the first time. If it were not for this dance marathon, she would have been in 3rd place.
Yeah. But I do agree that, well, at least compared to Gabby, she's definitely a better dancer than Gabby.
Oh, 100%. I agree with that. However, I was excited to see Wayne take.
That's what I'm saying.
I was so excited. I was like, oh, he has it. He has it. And then the stupid dance marathon came into play, and I was like, oh, I hate this.
Yeah.
So speaking of the dance marathon, she got 7 points. So she stayed in, I think that would be 4th. She got 4th in the dance marathon.
Which, like, like, if she talking about dance technically, like, that's probably, she probably should have gone higher if you're talking about actual dancing.
I think they did something, and I think she fell down.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. And I also just feel
like tripped her. They didn't really show them very much, but I heard Alfonso say, "Oh, and there they go," and he was like, "And they're out."
Yeah, I don't know. I do like if you're gonna go by energy, which they clearly went off by energy, she definitely was not the most energetic. So like, no. But like I am kind of surprised that she got 4th compared to some other people.
Me too. I was shocked like with who was on the
just because like if you're gonna go off energy wise, she clearly was not 4th for energy wise. No. But so then it's like then you're going off of dance ability, but then she should have been higher on dance. Like they just like were very not consistent in that.
Yeah. And it was only Len. It seemed like it was just Len deciding.
They were talking, like they were all in a huddle, but like I don't, you can't talk that fast about like someone just got to say a name and he's just gonna pull it. Like you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So she ended up getting 84 points total out of 91, which did put her at the very top. She is in first place at the end of the night without the fan vote. And then after Charlie and Mark, which I felt so bad about, we had Vinny.
But honestly, his first dance, no, it was not hard, like that hard.
No.
He did every single step. He gave the energy. He worked that room the way he should. And like, same thing the judges were saying. They were like, it's not that hard, but it was good.
Yes, I agree. So his first dance for most memorable year, his most memorable year was when Jersey Shore was released. And I'm sure you remember that year as well. And I'm sure our best friend Emily will also remember that year because she absolutely loved that show, even though I hated it with every bone in my body. And his dance was jazz. I loved it. Yeah, like
I'm saying, it was an easy dance, but it was
beat up the beat. I was like, yes, do it.
And I can't believe got literally every single person into freaking fist bump. I love that.
Yes. And they did a lot of classic jazz moves. I'll give it to him. He did some classic Broadway jazz.
And I feel like the judges were like maybe more than a step touch or something like that. But I'm like, bro, like what
more really is there in jazz?
And there's clearly
a pivot turn. You want him to do a million pivot turns?
And clearly, the fans don't agree with you because he got we'll get there. But when he got last overall, and has he been in the bottom 2 yet? No. You can give him as low
really as trying, and that's like the saddest thing I think is that the judges are constantly so hard on him.
And the second night, it definitely showed. Like he definitely was sad.
He was in tears.
He was sad about the second night.
Yeah, you could tell he was holding back tears, and then in the background when and I didn't think he was that bad, honestly, so his second night
if you're
gonna Viennese Waltz.
Yeah, if you're gonna compare him to the other people, yes, he's clearly not as good. And yes, he probably shouldn't still be in the competition. Like, just realistically, he shouldn't be in the competition still. Like, compared to everybody else. But he is trying. Like, I just hate when they beat down people that are actually that clearly need to try a little harder, or they need to try harder than some other people because it doesn't come naturally to them. But at least they're freaking trying.
Yeah. So the first night he did end up in last place, and he had all 8s.
Honestly, all 8s and being in last place, that's a pretty you could tell the talent of the night then, and that just talking about that,
Yeah. And then the second night, I thought it was a big improvement. I thought he was right on point with all the moves. He was right on the beat. I really don't understand I kind of thought his jazz was a little underscored. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he kind of deserved a 9. Not a lot, but at least 1.
Like, I feel like I can understand because, like, everyone else is doing harder moves than him. But at the same time, it was just so clean. And, like, he clearly knew it. And it was, like, I don't know. He didn't miss a step.
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like,
I do think it got underscored because he went right after Charlie.
Well, that doesn't help either, yeah.
Yeah. So then he had the Viennese waltz. I don't remember who he went after in this one. But I really thought it was an improvement, but he got all 7s.
Yeah, I just feel like the judges are just trying to get him out.
I think so too. And I think they're trying to underscore him to even out the fan vote.
And, like, they'll say they don't do that, but, like,
they most definitely do.
They clearly do that. Like, they're like, we're gonna make, but, like, some people just, like, think of Bobby Bones. They definitely did that to Bobby Bones.
Oh, 100%.
And he freaking won. Like, you know, like, it's just, like, some fan, like, you can't beat some fan.
Did he win without getting a single, like, perfect score?
I don't even think he might have gotten 10s on his freestyle, and that's it. Like, that was the only time he got 10s.
Yeah.
I don't even think he got all 10s. You're right. I think, like, he never even won without a perfect score. And he was clearly not the best dancer, but his fan base was, like, that good. Like, and that's wrong that they're voting for him. And I don't hope that happens with Vinny, because I don't think he shouldn't win. No. But, like, I do think the judges shouldn't just... I feel like there's a little bias against him, so...
Yeah, I do too. And then the dance marathon, he got out 2nd.
Which he probably deserved to anyway. Even though he probably
honestly,
got a
like, from what they were doing though, they were doing the true hustle. They were hustling. They were all like that. And I was like, you go. Like, that's the hustle. And then all this other stuff that people were doing, they were all doing lifts and whatnot. I was like, that's not the hustle. I don't know what hustle that is, but that is not the hustle.
Yeah. I don't know. But, like, I don't know. Just the people who got out first of the dance marathon, they didn't even get a chance. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Up next after that, so he was wedged right in between the D'Amelios. So up after him was Heidi and Artem. Hers was her move to New York City, and it was a rumba.
It was not her best dance, but it wasn't awful.
I honestly can't form an opinion because the camera was being so weird. This was the one where suddenly they were filming someone else.
Yeah.
And then something was going on, and I was just like, what are you doing? Like, you're supposed to be like you're Disney. Like, get it together, Disney.
I feel like,
or the camera fell over. That's what it was. The camera, they switched to a camera and it fell over.
Oh yeah. Excuse me. For what I saw, I feel like it wasn't fantastic, but it was good. Like, it was like, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah. I thought it was I loved the outfits.
Oh, she looked first off, she looked fantastic. She looked hot.
Yes. And I thought it was so steamy. I thought it was almost as good as Emma and Trevor's rumba. I still think Emma and Trevor's rumba is the best rumba so far on the season. Maybe so far on Dancing with the Stars. What?
Not even Joseph's from this episode?
I think his was good in a different way.
I agree. This one was definitely steamier. And this one literally was like, oh my God. Like, I usually, don't think, the pros are, hot. But I was like, oh my God. Like, Artem looked.
I'm sure Nikki Bella appreciated that. So she got all 9s on this, which I was a little
I don't know. I feel like I'm saying, it wasn't.
I felt like she maybe could have gotten a 10.
I don't know. I feel like she was a little stiff. Like, for being a rumba, and you have to, it's you need a little medium. You don't want to be too stiff, but you don't want to be I feel like it was she needed a little more hip action, maybe, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah. Then it kind of went downhill because then they did jazz.
I feel like it was the choreo. Like, to me, I don't want to like blame Artem, but like I just feel like it wasn't great choreography.
No, I also don't think it was a great song. Like to do
they
were doing to it.
And they were trying to very much go like the 80s or early 90s or whatever it was route.
Yeah.
And like.
But I thought it was kind of slow for a jazz.
Yeah, and I just feel like the moves, like the 80s moves and stuff like that, like aren't very attractive on a like I don't know, they're just not great moves.
No, but I did love the outfits. I did love the lifts they threw in there at the end.
Oh yeah, the lifts were good. I thought
that was good. But she did go down, so she got 3 8s and 1 9. I thought that was a 33.
I thought that was deserving because it was not her best dance by any means. No, it wasn't bad, but it was like something felt like a little awkward. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't like it. And then she got 9 points from the dance marathon, so she placed 3rd. So she actually beat Charlie in the dance marathon.
And I feel like from what I remember, like at that point you could actually see people dancing, and I feel like she was doing a good mix of dance and lifts and stuff. Like I feel like she was doing a good. I think that was deserved.
Yeah, I think so too. So her overall score was a 78, which landed her in 4th place.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
I feel like she's 100% a person that is just like keeps improving every week. And so like going back to like the jazz versus the rumba, they definitely practiced the rumba more than the jazz. Like this was like the rumba was 1,000%.
And that's where I really could see like in this, I was like, you really like some of these like people, like if they really were attached to like their most memorable year, they really like went for it on that one. And then other people were like, oh, prom, I really like this dance, so I'm gonna like they're gonna work on that one more.
It's like excuse me, you could kind of tell who the real dancers were in this. Like Charlie, no, I didn't love the second dance. It just like was missing something, but she didn't miss a step at all.
No.
Like I'm saying, like you could tell she was a dancer. She could easily learn 2 dances in 1 week or 4 in a week. Like she was like, like
yeah. I don't know why y'all are sweating. Yeah. It's easy. Like
But I think Heidi is well, I guess we'll get to it in the end, but I do think she's a contender for top 5.
I think so too.
And like she has been a contender for the past couple weeks.
Yeah, she was a surprise because I don't think she was in our original top 5.
No, I don't. She wasn't, and like Daniel was, and now I'm like, no. Like,
yeah, no way. Next up is Whitney and Wayne. And so Wayne did for his most memorable year. He did the year his daughter was born. This one really moved me. It really like it put me in my feels.
But just compared to like usually all of these dances put you in your feels, and there was only like the second one. Whoever's the second one, whoever danced second. I remember that one, and Wayne's. Yeah, but like it was touching and it was beautiful and it was for his daughter, which like so sweet, like
And it was so they did a foxtrot. I thought it was very pretty. I thought it was really good. I was shocked it only got 110.
The only like I kind of agreed with it because I felt like it was I don't remember, there was just something about it that I was like you could tell this was the one they practiced less.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean? 100%.
Yeah, like it was just like something was maybe it was just not as like clean as maybe he normally is.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like, and I am surprised I didn't get at least 2 10s.
Yeah. So he got 3 9s and 1 10, so he got a 37. And you know what I realized? He danced second to last the first night, and then he danced last the last night.
Yeah.
Night. Like why do they keep putting him last?
Well, so in my opinion, they keep doing the same few people last.
Yeah. They're like cycling through them, like who goes first, who
they
goes
do that
last.
on purpose. They do that on purpose because they want people to stay longer to see like the good dances, right?
Oh yeah.
And so they always put an entertaining dance first and last. Like that's 100% what they do. Like that's not even a question. Like I think Charlie's gotten last like 3 times already.
Yeah.
Or twice.
Well, it made sense for the Simpsons one because they had all those set pieces.
Yeah, but I do think that they were like, this is going to be the memorable dance this week, so we're going to put it last.
Well, yeah.
And they also, because she's such a big star, like, compared to previous seasons, she's probably the biggest star that's been on the show in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, just followers-wise and things like that.
Oh, and, yeah.
They want people to stick around to watch the whole show.
Yeah. And then their second dance, so this was also Whitney's birthday. Yes. So that was cute. Mm-hmm. And then they did the samba the second night. I thought this was amazing.
Yes, it was.
I loved it so much. They put in the 80s moves, which I was like, yes, like do it. And then they had, I thought he had great footwork. I thought it was the cleanest anyone has been all season.
There's just like sambas, in my opinion, can be really good or god awful.
Oh yeah.
And this was like the really like it was fantastic. Like there's always at least one samba in a season that's always like, yes, that was it. Like it, and this
was it, and we don't need to see another one.
Because most people look like cringy doing it, but like there's always the few people that just like it's natural, and like you could tell this was like almost like the hip movement was natural. It was just like it was so good.
Yeah. So he got a perfect score, and he got a standing clap from Len.
That's when you know you made it.
And Derek too.
Well, like Derek, I feel like we'll clap for everyone. But like when Len stands, you know you made it in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's always the one that's hard to get 10s from. So like if he's standing, you know you're gonna get a 10, you're gonna get a perfect score.
Yeah. Like, yeah. So he did get a perfect score. So he got the second perfect score, and this was his first perfect score of the season. And then they had the dance marathon right after that.
Yeah, and I think I don't remember if this was just us talking or if it was on the live stream, but like he was clearly out of breath. He was clearly
done.
He was like, I want to go to sleep. He's like, I want to go to sleep. Like, let me.
Yeah, go. I think Alfonso said right before they got out, he was like, "Ooh, his knees have gotta be hurting." And then he's like, well, Wayne is out. He must be happy.
Not even just the knees. It's just like there's no way you can go from doing like a minute and a half dance, high energy, like all that stuff, have a conversation with people, run upstairs, have another conversation with people, your heart's beating, getting your scores, running to go get changed, and then running to go back on stage. Like there's no way that you're not out of breath. I don't care who you are. You're out of breath.
And especially for Wayne, because he is the perpetual sweater.
Oh my God, yeah.
And they never
always put him in like long sleeve.
Anything like lightweight. Even this week, he was in a suit for his foxtrot, and then I forgot what he was in for his samba, but it looked hot as ever. And I was just like, why? Like I understand he may be older, so he might not have the best body, but like at least give him a light shirt. Give him the puffy shirt, for God's sake.
Yeah, but there's just like no way he was not out of breath, and no way he was just not exhausted.
And I guarantee you he's going to be in a suit next week.
Yeah, it's Michael Bublé night, yeah.
Yeah.
No way. Every man is going to be in a suit. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah.
So, I don't know. So he ended up getting out 5th, which was actually like, it was the bottom of the pack, but he was right in the middle. And he got an 82 for his total, which I was a little disappointed for, because if it wasn't for the dance marathon, he would have had first.
Yeah.
And I know Charlie had a great and spectacular dance the first night, but honestly, compared to her jive and compared to both his foxtrot and his samba, I thought he deserved first this week.
I don't know. There's just something about, I feel like Charlie's just overall better. Like she's better at overall things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, they're honestly, they're basically the same. So like they were pulling off each other or something.
There are 2 points.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know.
So technically they did put him in third. I don't know why. They put Gabby above him, which I didn't like. I didn't like that.
I just really do not. I don't know if I'm just biased because I just don't want a bachelorette to win. Like, I just, like, do not like that all these bachelorettes keep winning just because they're the freaking bachelorette.
I gotta say, the one week, I think it was last week, her interview got better. And they've been getting better. But this week, I was just like, I don't know what it was, but I was like, your interviews, like, I want to talk to you in person. Like,
Yeah.
are you really this bad, like, hard to talk to in person? Because I want to know.
Yeah, there's just I feel like the bachelorettes always think they're gonna go far, and they do because the people vote for them. And she's not a bad dancer. She's definitely deserves to be in the top 3. Like,
Oh, yeah.
but she's not. I just feel like Wayne and Charlie are just that next level better than her.
Yeah. And I was excited, even if he wasn't in the top spot, I at least wanted him to tie Charlie.
Yeah, because I think they are very
I felt
equal.
like that was the deserve, but instead he's tied with Gabby.
Yeah, and I feel like like him and Charlie are like equal.
Yeah,
Like they both had dances that were really like fantastic, like both fantastic dances, and then they both had dances that were not as fantastic, but like still very good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they both had those. So I feel like to me, like they're very like overall very equal.
Yeah. Okay. So we've reached the last dance of the night. For the first night, Wayne was the last dance of the second night. So we have the last dance of the first night. And that was Selma and Sasha. And it was, they had been building up to this huge news at the end, which I was like, it's double elimination. It's double elimination. That's the huge news. Because they're like, it's going to change the face of the competition. And I was like, okay. Or I was like, maybe they're switching partners or something. Like,
I didn't think it was double elimination, but I didn't think it was what it was.
No, I thought they built that up way too much.
They have to because they want people to stay. Like that, they want people to stay watching.
Well, yeah, but Selma and Sasha. So Selma's year that she did most memorable year for was the year she was diagnosed with MS. And she revealed that due to the competition, she has excessive bone trauma. She has tears and some sprained ligaments, and so due to that, she is dropping out of the competition. So they did a waltz. So she did not have to push herself anymore. It was a very slow. I think they purposely, whatever they were going to originally give them, I think they changed it to make it the waltz. And so it was a slow, easy dance for her.
Yeah, I was sad.
I was very sad to see her go.
I think I was mostly sad because of how much I know that she loved doing this, and I think it was so important for everybody who has like these what are they called?
Chronic,
yes. So like chronic illnesses that like you can do anything and you can do all of this, and it was just like I hated the fact that she had to leave. Like if she got eliminated, like that's different, right? Like that's
but I think she could have gone pretty far. Like I think she could have gotten. It definitely changed who I now think is going to be in the top 5, because I always saw the top 5 rounding out with her. I don't think she would have ever made it to the top 3, but just because of her like her abilities and things like that she's not able to like dance on the same level as like Charlie, Wayne, Gabby, like all them. But like I think I always saw her rounding out at least the top 5.
I agree. I'm kind of sad that she wasn't able to. Everyone was an emotional mess. Literally everybody.
Yeah. It was gorgeous, though.
Her dress was stunning, and she looked stunning in it.
And I love the lift they did, even though they weren't supposed to do a lift and a waltz.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it was gorgeous, and Yeah, I don't know. It's just upsetting that she had to leave not on her own volition. Like, she was.
Yeah. It's
Who
always
kind of was her.
that happens like a lot of times. Like someone breaks their foot, they break their
But it's
arm.
different. It's different though. Just because like you knew like how much she had to give to be here. And there was no way she wasn't in pain doing all of this stuff. Like there was no way, right? Like
yeah.
You have tiny stress fractures in your body and you're just like, casually being like.
But honestly, I wonder if when she found out they were going to have to learn 4 dances, I wonder if that was kind of like, you know what, is this really worth it?
So I think she said that, well, she was being monitored the entire time, clearly.
Yeah.
But then this was a point where she could have kept going, but she also could have stopped, and she decided that she was going to stop for the sake of being a mom, for just like not making sure it goes too far before she can't reverse anything. Like, it's just stuff like.
But I wonder, like, part of me wonders if they didn't have to learn 4 dances this week. I wonder if she would have pushed it for another week.
Maybe, but I think she made the right decision for her family, even though it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So she ended up getting all 10s, which does technically make it the first perfect score of the season. However, it did not count. They did not even count her because she did technically withdraw from the competition prior to dancing. So her scores technically don't count.
Yeah, which makes sense, but whatever.
Yeah. So after the first night, no one was sent home. So they decided, because Selma dropped, no one was sent home.
Yeah,
so
you think that was going to happen? Do you think if she didn't drop out, someone was going to go home?
No.
Okay.
I honestly don't think so. I think they were going to just send 2 people home the next night.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Because they then combined the judges' scores for the second night. And because otherwise, if they were going to send someone home, they wouldn't have even they wouldn't have combined the scores.
That's true. Yeah.
So then they added the songs for the dance marathon, which we've been talking about. Basically, last couple standing took home the most points. Last couple standing was Jesse and Alan, which, meh.
We already had our opinions on that.
Yeah. So in the bottom 2,
I'm so pissed off.
Oh my gosh, was this a curveball that I don't think anyone saw coming. I think almost everyone expected Daniel, everyone expected Vinny, and everyone expected Jesse.
Yeah, that's why we keep saying Jesse got saved by the freaking dance marathon.
Yeah, because the bottom 2 ended up being Joseph and Daniela, who were in 3rd place. 3rd from the bottom. So it does make sense if you're not getting fan votes. And then Heidi and Artem.
That was so shocking to me. I honestly thought everybody was voting for her.
I thought so too. And I was
so
shocked she was in the bottom.
I gotta start voting for her now.
And I wonder if everyone maybe voted yesterday and then they didn't vote today because they're not used to it being on a Tuesday. Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I also realized this week I voted for Vinny, and I shouldn't vote for Vinny anymore because I don't think he should be there.
So,
hot take, sorry. But I'm so pissed off about who's in the bottom 2. Like, I love both.
I agree.
It's not fair.
I think the minute Vinny gets into the bottom 2, he's gone.
Oh, that's not even a question. That's not even a question.
So I was shocked because I didn't think either of them deserved to go home. And I was so annoyed because I was like, obviously the obvious choice is Heidi. To stay. Because she does get consistently higher scores and she is consistently improving. I agree. Joseph and Daniela, though, I felt like they still had a lot to give.
Do. Me too. And so that's why I understood, like, so everyone said they were saying Heidi besides Carrie Ann, which I can understand what she meant. Like, I was kind of like at first, like, oh, like, why did she say Joseph because he clearly is not a better dancer than Heidi. But at
Yeah.
the same time, I agree with her. Like, I just feel like he had so much potential, and he also was consistently getting better. He was
Yeah.
doing it at such a fast pace. But I feel like I felt the same way. Like, I was like, come on. I wanted to see you do something else. Like, I wanted you to.
Yeah.
I wanted
I
to.
would have loved to see him for Buble night.
Oh my God. He was like, I was so sad.
Oh.
He was one of my favorite by just like personality. Like, I think he was my favorite personality wise.
Yeah. I honestly saw him. I saw like so many people going home before him. I saw Daniel going home before him, Vinny, Jesse,
Oh, yeah.
Probably even Jordan, to be honest.
I
All
literally
going home
thought
before
that
him.
I didn't think he was going to make top 5, but I thought he was going to be one of those, like, up, like he was going to have, I thought he was at least like 3 more weeks.
Yeah. So I'm a little bummed that we lost Joseph and Daniela.
And I just really don't understand why Heidi was in the bottom. I guess she's just not getting votes.
I guess so, because she went from 4th to bottom 2.
Which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, crazy. So next week it was revealed we have Michael Bublé nights.
And out of all the nights that we've had so far, well, all of the people nights that we've had so far, I think maybe because I just like Michael Bublé, so maybe like that's why I'm like, not like, I can't say I know that many songs of his, but like
I was actually just trying to think of like a bunch of songs of his, and all I can think of is his Christmas songs.
I can think of "And I'm Feeling Good."
So that's not even his song. That's just like a.
But it's his cover. It's a cover that a lot of people know. That's what I mean.
So I wonder if he's going to be performing. I think they said he's performing live.
I think they said he was a guest judge.
Ooh.
I thought they said he was a guest judge.
And he's supposed to have a new album coming out. So I wonder if we're going to get some new songs.
Maybe. But anyway, out of all of the people nights, I'm probably the most excited for this one. Especially because if like he's gonna be there. Like I know he's gonna be there. I'm pretty sure they said he's guest judging, but if I'm not.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. And then they also revealed that Derek is dancing next week with his fiance.
Yeah. I love Derek's dancing, so like I'm always happy with that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Especially Michael Bublé and Derek just like feel so right. Like it just feels right.
It feels so good. And especially if like Michael Bublé sings it live. Oh.
Yeah, like how is that not happening?
That's it has to happen. Has to happen.
What if Michael Bublé sang every single song? I know it's not happening, but imagine.
That'd be interesting. All right. Well, so what are your predictions now for top? Like, have they changed? Do you still think Charlie's going to win it? Like, what do you think?
I do think Charlie's going to win it because of votes. I still think that she like, I am basing this off of her social media following, which does play a big part.
Last year the judges picked the winners?
No, the winners are always by people's votes.
Oh.
Yeah. Once you get to the top 3, I think it's all by people's votes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Social media definitely is a part of it. Like it's the world we live in now, right? Like there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
So I do. Like she just has an obscene amount of people that follow. Like it's like actually insane.
Like, and that's what I wonder. Like, I wonder if some people don't even watch the show and they just vote because they tell her to vote.
I'm sure that is.
And that's what I wonder if Heidi didn't get votes this week, maybe because like they were like, oh, I saw that yesterday. I did that yesterday. It's Tuesday. I don't need to do that.
And so, but like the only reason now I'm like, oh, like maybe she won't get all, maybe she's not getting all these votes that I think she's getting is because her mom got bottom 2. Yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
But she is significantly more famous than her mother.
Well, that's true. That is true.
So,
although her mom was a model, like we didn't even talk about that.
She was hot, yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that But I also people that don't watch the show maybe don't know that they can vote for more than one person, so they always just vote for Charlie and not her mom.
Maybe, maybe.
I don't know. I hope she's in top 5 because I think she's deserves Dance Wise to be there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Charlie, Wayne, and Gabby will be part of that. The 5th person just keeps like switching out for me.
I honestly,
I don't know. Honestly, everybody else can leave. Like as far as like
yeah. I mean, it's probably gonna be Shangela. Like, let's be
oh,
honest.
I forgot about Shangela.
Yeah. Right now, the
Yeah,
top 5 point wise, the top 5 is Charlie, Wayne, Gabby, Heidi, and Shangela in that order. Which I would be fine with that. I was really hoping maybe Jordan could pop up in there, but at this point, I don't know if she has it in her. And Trevor, he's very inconsistent.
No, I agree. I forgot about Shangela. So
if Joseph and Daniela were still in the competition, I'd be like, oh, Joseph and Daniela probably going to pop in that top 5.
I would say just because I like them so much, and I think he had so much potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Shangela will probably be part of that top 5. I also think she has a huge voting system as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think Charlie may win, but I'm hoping Wayne wins. I just have this feeling, and I think he is truly what like we all know Charlie knows how to dance. It's not a secret.
He clearly knows how to dance too, though. He's also a part. Like he's not.
But I don't think so. Like
no, he
this
does.
seems really hard for him.
No, he does definitely know how to dance because he said it before. He's had some training in dance before. This is not.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So like to me, if you really want someone who has no dance experience whatsoever, it's nobody. Yeah, it's nobody in the top 5 that we are expecting. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And I don't think that's happening this season. I think someone who had dance experience is going to win.
Yeah.
Because all of our top 5 people, Charlie has dance experience, Wayne has dance experience, Gabby doesn't have she has dance experience, yeah.
Yeah.
Heidi hasn't danced in 30 years or 20 years, so maybe. Technically still dance experience, but also it's been that long, so it's it's new almost.
Yeah.
And then Shangela, she doesn't have
dance experience. She dances for a living.
But she doesn't have technical dance experience.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
She didn't know what a sickle foot was.
I know, but she was a cheerleader, she said.
That's not technical dance
experience. It's not technical, but you do have somewhat.
No, it's dance experience, but not like the dance that we grew up doing.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's like hip hop experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, I agree. I just kind of want it to be. I don't want it to be who we're expecting. But I also don't want it to be Gabby. So out of those 3, it has to be Wayne.
I'd rather be Charlie just because I don't know. I think
it's gonna end up being her, but
I don't even know if I want it to be Charlie. I just feel like I want to be right. And so I just feel like in my gut, I'm like, from the beginning I said it's gonna be Charlie, so I feel like that's why I'm rooting for her.
Okay.
I don't know. I just want to, yeah. At least I'm honest, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey. I mean, someone has to be right in the end, so it's either going to be you or me, because I really don't see Gabby, unless Gabby wins. If Gabby wins this thing, I'm going to be so irritated.
I just don't I understand. She's not a bad dancer.
She's pretty. She has pretty lines.
She's just not the best. She's just clearly not the best.
In fast dances, she's not good. When she has to let loose, she's not good.
And
I think she's out of dances and hold. I think she's out of them. I think she's done every single dance and hold.
And I just don't like when bachelorettes win because they're only winning because they're bachelorettes. If any bachelorette has semi-good dance, it's semi-good at dance, they're winning because this is just how that goes.
Yeah.
Bachelors, on the other hand, they don't normally win. Bachelorettes, they always win.
Yeah.
Like Caitlin Bristol and Hannah Brown, they both won. And I think they were the last two bachelorettes.
Hannah Brown won?
Yeah, Hannah Brown won with Alan.
Oh. I think I stopped watching because I was irritated because I didn't think she deserved to win.
She was a good dancer, but I don't remember who else was on that season, so I can't remember.
Yeah. It's not memorable.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So next week we have Michael Bublé night. It's week 6 on Dancing with the Stars. We will see you back here some night. I don't know what night. We might have to push it till the week after, which would be actually the night you get in.
Yeah, I won't be till not. I don't know if we're going to do that. Won't we be in Disney? Like, won't we be?
We would. We would be in Disney. Yeah, I don't know, but I have a banquet to go to on Thursday. So maybe we'll do a Wednesday show. Maybe we'll do a Tuesday. We can't do a Tuesday show because I have championships. But we'll figure it out. Stay tuned to my Instagram. It's linked down below. We'll be back for one of the weeks. Hopefully next week. Maybe not the week after that, but we'll figure it out. As always, it's been a pleasure having you guys. I hope you like this video. Give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Share it with your friends because we love to share things. And as always, have a magical day. Bye.